Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? Setting those big goals for yourself, like finally exercising every day or eating healthier.
Oh, yeah.
But then somehow those awesome intentions, they just kind of fizzle out. It's like our motivation has an expiration date. You ever feel that way?
Absolutely. Like, we're not alone in that, right?
Oh.
Everyone struggles with forming lasting habits.
Right. It's so common. But get this, what if there's a way to actually make building good habits like almost automatic? I mean, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
So today we're doing a deep dive into this cool concept. It's called habit stacking.
Habit stacking. Okay.
Yeah. Habit stacking, it's this sneaky, simple strategy to make habits easier, and more importantly, they actually stick. So to help us unpack all this, we have an amazing expert with us. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
I'm so excited to dive into this. I've been like low-key obsessed with this idea of habit stacking for a while now. I've tried it myself. It's actually been pretty life-changing. But before we get too far, let's break it down for our listeners. What exactly is habit stacking?
So, habit stacking, think of it as like strategically bundling your good habits.
Bundling.
Yeah. You're basically linking a new habit, that thing you want to do, to an existing one you already do without even thinking. It's like creating this chain reaction.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So give us an example. Like, how would this work in real life?
Okay, so let's say your goal is to drink more water. Like, that's the classic.
Oh, yeah. I am terrible at that one, always forgetting.
Right. So instead of just like vaguely trying to drink more water throughout the day, you pick an existing habit, something you already do consistently, like every time you brush your teeth.
Okay, I brush my teeth twice a day at least,
There
usually.
you go. That's perfect. So the stack becomes, after I brush my teeth, I'll drink a full glass of water.
So, like, my brain's already on autopilot for the teeth brushing part, and
Yeah.
then the water just becomes part of that routine.
Exactly. It's like you're hijacking your existing neural pathways.
Yeah.
Your brain loves efficiency. It craves those routines. So you're just kind of sneaking the new habit in, piggybacking on something you already do. No extra effort required.
That's so smart. Like, my brain won't even realize what's happening.
That's the beauty of it, right? And because you're not relying on willpower, which, let's be honest, is a pretty unreliable resource, it becomes so much easier to actually stick with the new habit over the long term.
I never thought about it that way, but it makes so much sense. But why does this actually work? Like, on a deeper level, what's the science behind all this?
Okay, so our brains are wired to look for patterns and create shortcuts. It's all about conserving energy. So every time you repeat an action, you're strengthening specific neural pathways in your brain. And the more you repeat it, the stronger those pathways get, and the more automatic the behavior becomes. Think about something you do every day without even thinking, like tying your shoes.
I do that without even looking.
Right. You don't have to consciously think about each step because you've created such a strong neural pathway for that action. So habit stacking takes advantage of this by linking a new behavior to an existing well-worn pathway. That way you're not starting from scratch. You're building on a foundation that's already there.
It's like giving your new habit a super highway in your brain. It's not battling traffic on some back road.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
because you're using that existing routine as a trigger, you're way less likely to forget about the new habit. The cue is built in.
So it's not just about willpower. It's about working with our brains.
Exactly.
That's
It's
amazing.
like strategic laziness.
Okay, so I get the why, and it's super fascinating, but let's get practical. Let's say I'm ready to start habit stacking today. What are some tips for making sure I do it right?
Okay, so the first thing is to start small, like
Yeah.
ridiculously small. You want to set yourself up for success. So instead of trying to stack like 5 new habits at once, just pick one small, manageable habit you can easily tack on to an existing routine.
So, like, baby steps.
Exactly. Baby steps. Once that first stack feels automatic, then you can add another.
So what are some examples? Like, what are some habits I could stack together?
Oh, there are endless possibilities. You can stack habits for like anything you want to improve in your life, like morning routines, work productivity, even your relationships.
Okay, but give us some concrete examples to get our listeners thinking.
Okay, so a classic one is stacking meditation with brushing your teeth. So after you brush your teeth, you meditate for just 2 minutes.
Oh, I like that one.
You're already in the bathroom, you're already in that routine. It's a perfect time to squeeze in a little mindfulness. Or let's say you want to make exercise a habit. You could stack a 10-minute walk with listening to your favorite podcast.
Oh, that's a good one. Learn something new while you move.
Exactly. Or if you're into journaling, you could stack writing in your journal with finishing your lunch. Takes like 5 minutes to jot down some thoughts.
See, these are such great examples, and it's so simple.
It is. That's the whole point. But the key is to find what works for you. Experiment with different stacks, different times of day, different combinations. You'll quickly figure out what feels natural and what sticks.
Okay, so timing's important then.
Absolutely. You want to stack your habits at moments that make sense for your day. If you're a morning person, your stacks will probably look different than someone who thrives at night. It's all about personalization.
Got it. There's not one size fits all. It's finding those moments in our own day where these stacks naturally fit.
Precisely. And remember, this isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. There will be days when you miss a stack, and that's okay. Just get back on track the next day.
Don't beat yourself up.
Exactly. Be kind to yourself. Consistency over perfection, always.
One thing I've been thinking about is, life changes.
Right.
What if my goals change or my schedule changes? I mean, do I have to completely overhaul my habit stacks?
Yeah. That's a great question. And the answer is no. You don't have to start from scratch. Think of your habit stacks as like living things. They can and should evolve as you evolve.
So they're not set in stone.
Nope. They're flexible. So it's a good idea to have regular habit stack check-ins with yourself. Maybe once a month, just sit down and ask yourself, are these stacks still serving me? Are they helping me move towards my goals? Or do they need a little tweaking?
So I can adjust them as needed.
Absolutely. Maybe your schedule's changed and a morning stack just doesn't work anymore. That's fine. Just shift it to a different time of day. Or maybe you've achieved a goal and you want to create a new stack for a new habit. It's all about staying flexible and adapting to what your life needs.
So habit stacking isn't just about creating the stacks. It's about actively managing them.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about taking control and intentionally designing your life. It's about making those small, consistent changes that over time add up to big transformations.
It's so empowering. I mean, it really is about taking control and building a life that reflects what we truly value.
Right. It's not just about checking things off a to-do list. It's about becoming the best version of yourself.
I love that. And what I find so powerful about this whole concept is that it shifts our mindset. It's not about relying on that fleeting motivation that comes and goes. It's about creating this system, this structure that makes positive change actually sustainable.
I totally agree. And it removes that decision fatigue. We make so many decisions every single day, but with habit stacking, you're automating the good stuff. So you don't have to think about it. You just do it.
It's brilliant. It's like we're hacking our brains to work for us instead of against us.
Right. And it's not just about being more productive or achieving more. It's also about creating a sense of peace and ease in your life.
It's like taking the stress out of self-improvement.
Exactly. Because when you have those positive habits built into your routine, it just becomes part of who you are. You don't have to fight for it every single day.
It's like those habits become effortless. You just do them naturally.
Absolutely. And that frees up so much mental energy to focus on the things that really matter to you.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I'm even more excited about habit stacking now than I was before. And I hope our listeners are feeling inspired to give it a try. So to everyone listening, what's one small habit you could stack onto an existing routine today? It doesn't have to be huge. Start small, experiment, and see what works for you. This isn't about rigid rules. It's about finding what makes positive change fun and actually sustainable.
Exactly. It's all about finding what works for you.
So start stacking those good habits and see what amazing changes you can create in your life.
You got this.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive on a topic that's sure to help you level up your life. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep stacking those habits.
And have fun with it.
See you next time.
See ya.